Steven Universe is a pretty darn good show. I actually do think the show is good. It's a very controversial show, especially because of the ending. It really is a big part of my childhood. I grew up watching cartoons. That's what I watched before I watched live action media. It was Gravity Falls, and of course Steven Universe was the massive show in the 2010s. Throughout the 2010s, it's an extremely influential cartoon. And it's very distinctive in a lot of different ways. The extremely complex and damaged characters, to the art style, and especially the music. The soundtrack is easily one of the most memorable and important parts of the show. I mean, Rebecca Sugar writes I think Rebecca Sugar is the creator of the show, writes a lot of the music. She did that in-credit song that is her singing. And a lot of the music is really beautiful. I think some of it is kind of bad, and that's what I want to address in this video. I want to talk about the good stuff in the Steven Universe soundtrack. I want to talk about the bad stuff, and I want to talk about the really, really beautiful moments. Without further ado, let's hop into it, starting with... There's some bad music in Steven Universe. There's some bad songs. And the biggest culprit, and there really isn't that much, there's really very little, especially in this video, I should specify, I am specifically talking about the Steven Universe Volume 1 soundtrack that's, available on streaming on Spotify, Apple Music, which means I'm not going to be talking about that Sadie Killer song. That song is really annoying. But this song that you're seeing, that you just heard a snippet of, the Big Fat Zucchini, is just horrible, horrible, just cringe-inducing, but also just ear-straining, awful imitation of punk music, and it's just this song is horrendous. Another song that rubs me the wrong way is the Cookie Cat song.
Of an interstellar war, but now he's at your local grocery store. Cookie Cat, he's a peck for your tummy.
I really do feel bad for people today who are trying to get into the show without the context of the rest of the show and all of its beautiful moments and characters, who watch the first episode and this is the first song they hear besides the theme song, the Cookie Cat song, because it is such an annoying little earworm that's supposed to be like an infomercial song, and it's just Steven's prepubescent voice is just so grating and annoying, and bro, this song sucks. And please don't turn off the video after this section, because I really have a lot of love for a lot of the moments of Steven Universe and a lot of the songs. So please, please don't take this the worst way. I know that you will, but I do not like the song.
Let's go, just 1 on 2. Go ahead and try, hit me if you're able. Can't you see that my relationship is stable? I can see you hate the way we intermingle.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but I don't think this song sounds that good musically. I think it's kind of annoying. And then bro, this rapping is cringe, bro. And the extremely specific lyrics that just relate extremely specifically to the show. It just gives the song, in my opinion, no appeal outside of the specific moment. And I will admit, in the show, it is a great moment. It's a massive character revelation that I'm not going to spoil, trying to do this thing with as few spoilers as possible. I'll include a spoiler warning if I do at some point say spoilers later in the video. I'll definitely give a disclaimer for that. But guys, this song, I don't like it. It has literally no appeal for me, and I really just think it does not sound good or likable. It's not enjoyable at all, and it's more than anything else, it's just kind of cringe. The last one that I want to talk about is the What's the Use of Feeling Blue song.
Blue, you got to be a little blue, 'cause of course we still love her, and we're always thinking of her.
The backing vocals are annoying. Plain and simple, the song just is kind of annoying, kind of grating. These singers going nya 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 nya. And then just Yellow Diamond's voice does not do it for me. Instrumentally, the song is kind of meh. It's just a bad vibes, the song. I don't like it. Now that you've suffered through all of my negativity, all my negative opinions and thoughts on the Steven Universe soundtrack, let's talk about... Let Me Drive My Van Into Your Heart is one of the first songs that you hear in Steven Universe. It's like the second episode, the one where they shooting the canyon at the cannon at the eyeball in the sky, and Steven's in the car with his dad and he plays this song. It has an endearing quality to it. It is of course corny. It's kind of making fun of the 80s or 90s, like the corny, like overdramatic 80s or 90s music. And it just really has a charm to it, the best word to say. And a lot of the music that comes from Greg Universe, you know, Steven's dad in the show, just has that very enduring, charming quality to it. And I can definitely say that about this song. It's really nice. The theme song.
Always save the day. And if you think we can, we'll always find a way.
It's just a really pleasant, upbeat song. It sounds really nice. The purpose of this song is just like anybody can tune into any episode and you're getting a very brief introduction to the characters, but with the visuals and just the words like, we are the crystal gems. We're here to save the day. And if you think we can't, we'll always find a way. And that's why the people of this world believe in Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl, and Steven. It's just a cute little song, and it sounds very pleasant, and it's a nice song. I like this song. This is a good theme song. All I want to be is someone that gets to see.
Giant woman, all I wanna do is see you turn into a giant woman.
This song just funny, bro. I don't feel like I have to explain it. But the song is also just a nice, most of the music in Steven Universe, and I want to say this, just a disclaimer, falls into this category. I think most of the music is pretty good. It's pretty pleasant. But this one especially stands out because it happens very early on in the show. And just the comedic aspect of the song and just the goofy, really weird concept, especially having like this little boy singing it. It's just a funny song, and it sounds good, and it's super catchy. Speaking of good Steven songs, the musical motif of this song is pretty cool. The beat of the song, if you've seen the show, is Steven Universe's ringtone. It's going off, and he's going through a tough internal battle without spoiling exactly what that is with one of the characters, one of the most enduring and beautiful characters. I keep saying enduring. One of the most endearing characters, which is Connie, is who the song is the conflict is going on with. And it really is just a nice little moment. And I think his vocals are actually pretty good. Zach Callison's vocals, the guy who does the voice of Steven. There's not a lot to say other than that it's a pleasant song. Another very pleasant song is the Jam song.
Plum or strawberry, any kind is fine. You see, come on and share this jam with me.
Guys, the song just sounds nice. It's a song with Connie, and it's just Steven singing, and it's a ukulele, and it's just a nice little pretty moment that is enduring and sweet and kind, and I like it.
In the real way, and I know that we can be strong. In the real way, and I want to inspire you.
I know. Most people would say this song is beautiful. I think most people would probably put this among the best of the Steven Universe soundtrack because it's a Pearl song, and the voice actress for Pearl, Dee Dee Magno Hall, or I don't know how to pronounce her name, but that's what it looks like on paper, so that's all I'm going to say. I'm sorry if I pronounce her name wrong. Please let me know. Please yell at me and call me names. Anyway, the song is really, really cool and nice, and I really like the first half of the song, which is Hall's singing, she's beautiful. Her voice is beautiful. It's a beautiful character. It's a very interesting character, and that comes through in the song and in the lyrics. But then Steven comes into the song and just doesn't ruin it. It's still not a bad song, but he's like, I don't want to see your guts, I want to see your gut, or the other way around. It's annoying. Steven comes in and just ruins what would have been a kind of a really very outstanding song and just makes it much worse. And so otherwise it probably would be in the better ones if the whole song was just Pearl, but Steven comes in and just, Zach comes in and kind of ruins it a little bit. And now the real reason I'm making this video, to talk about the beautiful moments.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it over? It's over, isn't it?
This whole episode, the Empire City musical episode is fantastic. It's easily one of the best episodes of the show. The show itself is kind of a musical because it's got so many songs in it. Like, the characters will burst into song in specific moments, and this is one of those moments, and it's just fantastic. It's just a song that carries so much weight into it. When Hall just belts at the end of the song, just like belting her heart out, and you're just like, like it hits you emotionally. And then after this tumultuous, emotional, massive moment in the show that is communicated through song, and it's over, isn't it? Like any good musical, you communicate the biggest, strongest emotions by bursting into song. You get this moment here.
You know Rose. She always did what she wanted.
I know you both need it. I know you both need it.
You both love me, and I love both of you. That's what Steven says, talking about Pearl and his dad. Two people that were in this feud of love, that were kind of had this very fractured relationship because they're both pining over the same woman. They both loved, and this woman chose one of them and not the other. And maybe not woman, I'm generalizing, but you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, this moment is very, very beautiful and is super, super underrated because it's a very short song. Steven kills it. Zach's singing on this song is beautiful. It's so good. This is a very good song. And then you get the Don't Cost Nothing reprise.
Dancing with you.
Don't cost nothing.
Why'd we even come? We could have done this at home.
Guys, this is the second song that's dealing with the repercussions of It's Over, Isn't It? Which is arguably the biggest moment of the entire show in terms of a musical moment. Like, that song is massive. That and Stronger Than You, but I don't like one of those two songs. But anyway, this is another song which is the aftermath, but it's kind of just, instead of this like quiet, kind of hurting, but also loving moment, you really just get this very calm moment. This moment that's just kind of relaxed, and it has some banter between, some just talking between, Steven's dad, Greg, and Pearl. And Steven comes in, and it's just a beautiful moment. It's just so beautiful. I had to put on, it's such a small moment, just like both of you. It's a very small moment, but it's so beautiful, and in my opinion, it's very important. And there's another song on the Steven Universe soundtrack that you might not be super familiar with. It's another very small moment in the show. I don't even remember what exactly is going on in the context of the episode, but the song is called
Life and death and love and birth.
Life and death and love and birth.
Now you sing me, fa me, ti, la, and peace and war on the planet Earth.
And it's like the only song that has Peridot in it, like where you hear Peridot's voice. And it's just a song where Steven, most of the song is just dialogue, where Steven is teaching Peridot what it means to write a song and how to do that. And I don't even have any words for this. Like, you just have to I don't want to talk about it. Like, I just want you to take it in. If you don't know this song, look it up right now. It's one of my favorite moments in the entire show, and a really beautiful song.
I sword and fight with my short existence.
Good.
I can make a difference.
Yes, excellent.
Ah, there it is. Do It For Her, that pesky little Pearl song that's fantastic. That song where she says the wrong pronouns over and over and over again. You already know this one. It's a classic. It's beautiful. It's a love song. Believe it or not, it's a love song. It's about, it's got Connie in it. It's about undying dedication to someone, which is a bit problematic in the context of the show, but as a standalone song, it's pretty beautiful.
A moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. Here comes a thought that might alarm you.
I think Here Comes a Thought is the best individual standalone song to come out of the Steven Universe soundtrack, like plain and simple. It is really beautiful in the context of the show, but I just mean, like, as a standalone song, you can listen to it and people wouldn't even think of it like necessarily that it's coming from a cartoon or coming out of a TV show. It's just a really beautiful song by Estelle singing it, who actually is an established musical artist. And she's not on the soundtrack enough, in my opinion, because then you get this moment which is about Ruby and Sapphire, but it's also just a beautiful song. It just sounds really nice. It's slow, it's smooth. It's about finding comfort in another person, acceptance with another person, and that is it's a powerful message, and it's just a good song. Last but certainly not least, I want to briefly address the end credits song.
And I see the way you act, wondering when I'm coming back.
Rebecca Sugar, you have a beautiful voice. I love what you did on this song. It's very nice. Thank you. And before exiting the video, before signing off, because that really is all I had to say about the music that is on the Steven Universe Volume 1 soundtrack, which, by the way, is the bulk of the music. There's only 12 songs on Volume 2. This is just the songs. This isn't the score. The score is also excellent. That is all available on streaming. You can listen to for each season, you can listen to all the music they made for the show. It's really cool. But I want to mention Drift Away briefly before I close out the video.
Happily waiting, all on my own, under the endless sky.
Without spoiling anything, because this is from the Steven Universe movie. It's about the character Spinel, who is a very broken character. This song is so emotional, bro. This song is rough. It is rough. It is like, if there's any like tearjerker songs, and I don't think this song would be tearjerking just by itself. You really do need the context of the song for it to have its emotional impact. But with the context and with the visuals, the song hits so freaking hard. It's a great song. It's a really, really good song. I just want to shout it out, even though I wasn't talking about. This is the only thing I'm talking about besides the actual Volume 1 soundtrack, because I just think it is so phenomenal and worth shouting out. What are some of your favorite songs in the Steven Universe soundtrack? What do you disagree with that I said? I'm sure you love Stronger Than You, because everybody loves Stronger Than You, but I don't. I literally can't listen to it. There's nothing appealing about that song outside of the actual moment in the show, which is pretty freaking cool. Besides that the moment, the song itself doesn't sound good. The song doesn't sound, I don't like the way the song.
Shaken by how long it took, I could do about anything. I could even learn